Hey everybody, Jason Blaha here. Today I want to talk to you guys about protein sources and just dispelling some of the myths and misconceptions out there about it. Hold on, let me give you guys a couple bicep shots first. Alright, on to the topic of protein sources. I see online a lot. I've been getting a few questions on this myself in my inbox, both on bodybuilding.com as well as YouTube. And I see people asking this on forums and debating it as to whether protein shakes are just supplements or whether they can be used as your primary source of protein or if they're necessary, and just how to incorporate them into your diet. First, a lot of people are saying that you should get all of your protein from whole foods and use only protein shakes as needed, and honestly it really doesn't matter. When you're talking about high quality proteins, whether you're talking about meat, fish, eggs, dairy, things like that, all of those are very complete high quality proteins. And as long as you're dealing with these type of proteins, it honestly doesn't matter. It's not going to impact your gains which one you pick. And whole foods honestly offer no advantages over a quality protein shake other than a slightly different micronutrient profile and sometimes better satiation when you're comparing something like whey to steak or a chicken breast. But when you're dealing in general with just casein or whey shakes, you're dealing with a very, very high quality protein. And if that is your personal preference, there's absolutely no reason why you cannot replace other protein sources with it. There's just no reason not to if that is your personal preference. And me, I don't really like whey shakes that much. I find them personally nauseating if I drink too many, and I actually am trying to go through the ones I have because I got a bunch really cheap. Which also brings me to my point of the people who can use them. If you're a college student bulking on a tight budget, or in particular if you're living in a dorm that won't let you, do a lot of cooking and things, having a big supply of whey protein, because generally you can buy bulk protein powders online a lot cheaper than you can chicken breast, steak, things like that. It's a very inexpensive source of complete quality protein. And if you're in that sort of situation and you're trying to bulk on a budget and you can't cook a lot, something like using whey protein as your primary protein source can literally make or break your bulk, in the sense that it will allow you to actually successfully bulk and get enough protein when in a situation like that to where you wouldn't be able to easily get all of your protein from whole foods. So in a situation like that, I would say it absolutely is the way to go. And honestly, because the quality is so similar in these proteins, it's not going to negatively impact your gains if you happen to replace all of your chicken and steak with whey protein or casein. And it also holds true for the undereater. And this is a person that I can't relate to because I'm a voracious overeater. And to me, I can't imagine a human being being full on 3,000 calories. I just can't. I can't envision that. But there are people who struggle to eat enough, and for those people, being able to drink something like a liquid whey shake as their main protein source when they're bulking is, again, an extremely useful tool. So for an individual like that, using whey protein as their primary protein source actually makes a lot of sense. Long story short, all of the complete proteins are roughly equal. You're not going to see differences in your results or your progress or your gains depending on whether you eat steak, chicken, whey, casein, or eggs is your primary protein source. It just isn't going to matter. Eat whatever you prefer for those. Make sure you hit your macros. Make sure you get the protein numbers that you need to get, and don't worry about the difference between a protein shake or a whole food, as long as you're getting enough quality protein in. You don't need to worry about these things. And the big debates on this subject are debates over nothing. And really, these are the type of debates that need to just go away. They serve no purpose. And it's just mental masturbation over something that doesn't matter and that isn't going to impact your gains. And that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it was informative. Let me give you guys another bicep shot. And I'll talk to you next time.